So then with the PDC World Darts Championship around the corner, it is very close to starting. Alexandra Palace does start this Friday from 7 p.m. I'm going to go through each quarter of the draw, going through my predictions, going from the first round to the second round, all the way until the quarter final, or, the end game of each quarter of the draw. So the first one then is obviously quarter one. We start off with Kevin Doherty against Stowe Bunce, winner taking on Michael Smith. I've gone Stowe Bunce. He was absolutely excellent at the Grand Slam, and there's signs that he could do some real damage here at the Alexandra Palace. I think he'll get past Kevin Doherty and set up that game with bully boy Michael Smith. Second game then, Mike De Decker against Dragutin Hovart, the winner playing Madas Razma. Again, I've just seen so much of Mike De Decker throughout the year that he is just going to get over the line against Dragutin. Dragutin is a very good player, back at the World Championships again. Always enjoy watching him because the action, the throw is so smooth. And yeah, I think I'm going to go Mike De Decker to get past Dragutin to set up a huge game against Madas Razma. So the next section of this first quarter then is Niels Zonneveld against Darren Webster, the winner playing Smudger Ross Smith. Niels has been very good this year. The back end of the year is the part of the year where you need to perform, you need to get that prize money, and he's done well this year on the Pro Tour, obviously guaranteeing the top 32 Pro Tour spot to get to Alexandra Palace. But I just think the experience and the know-how of Darren Webster gets him over the line in this one. I think he beats Niels Zonneveld. And the second one, William O'Connor against Bhav Patel. With all due respect to the Indian, I have no idea on Bhav Patel's ability or anything like that. So I'm going to go William O'Connor straight 3-0 win over Bhav Patel to set up that game against Chris Dobie. The third quarter of this quarter then is Rob Cross. He will play the winner of Mario van der Bogaard. I can't pronounce that, so no disrespect to any Belgians watching, or him or Thibaut Tricol. Thibaut Tricol obviously got very far in the WDF last year, and I think he's going to have a little run here to the last 64. I do think he will, spoiler, I think he may get beat by Rob Cross, but I think he beats Mario in this one, Tribo into the last 64. And then this one, Richie Edhouse takes on Jeffrey de Graaf, the winner playing Jose de Souza. Again, Jeffrey de Graaf is a good player, but Richie Edhouse has been excellent for his standards all throughout the year. Just getting the wins, getting decent runs at tournaments and Pro Tours. I think Richie Edhouse gets over the line, and that's a big game against Jose de Souza as well. Whoever wins that will fancy themselves against the special one. And the last section of today's prediction, obviously tomorrow will be quarter two. The next day, Tuesday, will be quarter three. Wednesday, we will cover quarter four. This one starts off with Steve Lennon against Owen Bates. I think this is one of the most tightest first round ties. Lennon obviously went into the World Grand Slam with a lot of, optimism, a lot of chancing of doing something well. Got finished bottom of the group. And Owen Bates is a very young player. Obviously, he couldn't use his nickname Master, because if you read Owen Master and his second name, it reads something very inappropriate. So the PDC wasn't allowing that. So I think he will get over the line against Steve Lennon and play Johnny Clayton. And then the last one, Jamie Hughes, David Cameron. I know this is a bit of a shock, but I've gone David Cameron, the Canadian, to beat Jamie Hughes. I think that, David, I can't remember if he was at the Worlds last year, but I know that he was obviously at the seniors. He was at the WDF. He is a decent player. He's a very good player. And I think Jamie Hughes has been one of those players for the last 2-3 years now that just can't quite reach the pinnacle, the top 32, top 16. He's always in and around the 32. But I think this is where Jamie gets defeated. So those are my predictions for the first round of the first quarter. Let's get into my predictions for the last 64 for this section of the draw. So then, in the last 64, I did predict Michael Smith against Stowe Bunce, and I just think that Michael Smith, bully boy, is going to have way too much for the American. Like I said, Stowe had a great World Grand Slam. I got him to beat Kevin Dotes in round one, but I just think Michael Smith is going to have too much in round two. Madas Razma, Mike De Decker. Razma has done superbly well to get into the top 32. A player that I've always admired watching, especially at that World Championship game against Gary Anderson. Every shot, it felt like he was starting on 57, which is treble 19. Not many players do that. Everyone's go-to is 60-60, and then switch if needed. But I like the versatility. I like the difference from Madars Razma. I think he beats Hideko comfortably as well. I think Darren Webster's World Championship comes to a run comes to an end. I think he gets beat by Smudger. Not seen much of Ross Smith this year. Obviously won the European Championships last year. Not been in many tournaments. This, was gutted that he didn't get the Premier League, considering, other players have got into the Premier League by winning less valuable tournaments in the lead up to the Premier League. But yeah, I think Ross Smith gets over the line. And again, this one is going to be a tight one. Chris Dobey, Willie O'Connor. I think Willie has got the game to beat Chris Dobey, but I think Dobes will just get over the line. He's got a good record here at Alexandra Palace, and I think he'll continue that this year round. So in this section of the draw then, I've got Rob Cross Voltage to play Thibaut Tricol, and I have gone with Voltage to get over the line. He's had a great year again. A lot of pundits, a lot of darts fans are saying that Rob Cross is playing somewhat that World Championship winning form when he beat Phil Taylor very convincingly in that final. 7-3, I think it was, or 7-4. Rob Cross is playing close to that game again, and I think he beats Thibaut Tricol in the second round. This is a very interesting one. I said when I made the prediction for the first round, Richie Eddowes against Jeffrey de Graaf, the winner will fancy themselves against Jose de Sousa, and I fancy the winner as well. I fancy Richie Eddowes to beat Jose de Sousa. I just don't think Jose is anywhere near the game needed at the moment. I think he's going to continue this slide, potentially out of the 32 after the World Darts Championships, and then he's going to be scrapping around to try and qualify for tournaments, which is not what you want as a pro dart player. You want to be in that top 16, you want to be in that top 32, and Jose de Sousa is very closely coming out of it, so I think Richie Eddowes beats the special one. Johnny Clayton, Owen Bates, I've gone for one of my favourite players, Johnny Clayton, not just because he's Welsh, but also just really like the throw. He's so calm, so composed, and I think he beats Owen Bates. I think Owen, in a couple of years' time, will come back here and maybe, have a really deep run, but right now I think he's run into a very good Johnny Clayton. And the last game that I'll be predicting today is Krzysztof Ratajski taking on David Cameron. I was umming and ahhing over this one. I literally, when I was doing the predictions beforehand, I did tap on David Cameron, but then I don't know what swayed me. I think it was just the sheer experience and the sheer, wealth of experience that Krzysztof Ratajski has, that I've got Ratajski to get over the line. But yeah, I have got Ratajski to beat David Cameron and set up a good game against Johnny Clayton. So there is those quarters. So that, like I said, is the first quarter of the draw. Tomorrow, Monday, will be the second quarter. Tuesday will be the third. Wednesday will be the fourth. And then on Thursday, the day before the World Championships, I'm going to give my predictions on like the last 16 and stuff like that, and who I think is going to make the last 16, quarterfinals, semi-final, and actually win the World Championship. But let me know your thoughts on those predictions so far. A couple of shocks in there, a couple of big names comfortably through to the third round. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I will speak to you guys for tomorrow's video, tomorrow analysing quarter two. Quarter two is a massive, massive quarter as well. Speak to you soon. Like and follow.